Thank you, Chief Gould. Bristol is our big, small town, yet it feels both a little bigger and a little smaller. Bigger because in the face of tragedy, we've seen the whole world come together in support, in kindness, and in love. There's a palpable feeling that our borders have expanded exponentially to allow those who are sad and grieving to share in our heartbreak. Smaller because our all-heart community is heartbroken. Pain is individual. You can know what it feels like to break an arm or get a cut, but no one will experience it the same way you do. That's where Bristol is today. As an individual community, we are reeling from the loss of two great men who personally dedicated themselves to us. As a community, we were brought closer, asking why the lives of these brave men who are our friends and family were taken so suddenly. Why? That's a tough one. We will all ask that question and deal with the search for the answer in our own ways. Why did Lieutenant DeMonte and Sergeant Hamzy have to make the ultimate sacrifice for us? Why can't those officers be on the beat doing what they love today? Why do the families, friends, and all those who were loved and protected by these men have to ask why? On a personal note, October 12th, the day the world stopped in Bristol, happens to be my birthday. So now as I begin each trip around the sun, I will also struggle with the unbearable thoughts and whys that fill silent moments. I will choose to look to all of you here today as the answer of that why. Like a tree that roots itself on a rocky mountainside, we've established a bond in this stadium among the most difficult circumstances imaginable. As I look around and see the effort, time, energy, and all these information that people brought together to create this special event for Dustin and Alex, I recall the countless stories of how they loved their jobs and fearlessly protected and served our community. I feel sadness, but I also feel the love we have for Dustin, Alex, Alec, and all of our police officers. It gives me hope, and beyond that, it gives me faith that what is rooted here today will surpass all our expectations. I hope you turn to your own faith, your family, and your friends to find your answers. I hope you continue to shower love, support, and generosity on the families of Dustin and Alex, and I hope you continue to pray for Alex's full recovery. I hope you will continue to use the energy we feel here today to help the others see past the divisions that have been sown. After all, we may be different branches, but we all come from the same roots. Let's honor and support all officers moving forward as they suit up and report for their shifts, wanting nothing more than to help others. By wrapping our arms around the men and women in blue who pledge to honor and serve our communities, we continue to serve two of the best, who gave their lives to serve others. I know Dustin and Alex will be looking down on their friend, Alec Iorato, on October 12th next year and celebrating his anniversary of joining the Bristol Police Force. That will bring a smile to my face on a difficult day. What I've seen in Bristol this past week is remarkable. Acts of kindness, people stopping to pay tribute, people helping one another. The generosity is infectious. And thank you to all the officers for serving. I think some of the people in Bristol have been nice to you all. Bristol, we've got this. Connecticut, follow our lead. And America, join us. God bless Bristol. God bless our men and women in blue, and God bless America.
And now members of the Hamzy family will come and share. First, his father, Alex's father, Ahmad Hamzy.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Ahmad Hamzy. I'm the father of Sergeant Alex Hamzy. My wife and I, it's Salma Hamzy, and we are Alex's parents. I was not sure I would be able to speak about our son today, but I wanted to make sure you know what type of person Alex Hamzy was. From our perspective, forgive me if I am not able to finish my remarks, but it was important for me to try. First, on behalf of the entire Hamzy's family, I would like to offer our sincere condolences to the DeMonte family of all the people in this stadium. They completely understand now how we feel, and we certainly understand how they feel. Second, I would like to offer our heartfelt thanks to officers Alec and Jordan. Officer Jordan is truly an American hero for the action he took on that awful night, and we will be forever grateful for what he did in confronting pure evil. I served this country, and I was so proud of serving this country. I served it 5 years in Iraq, and I 3 times almost died. But God was looking down on me and saying, keep going, I'm right behind you. And I am very proud, and I loved every minute of it. If you don't mind me giving my nephew, Bill Hamzy, Judge Hamzy, to finish my... Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'd like to thank everyone for coming to this ceremony. The support we have received from family, friends, and total strangers has been overwhelming. What gets us through the days is knowing that people support us. They pray for us, and they want to help us in any way possible. Believe me, it is very much appreciated. Lastly, I'd like to thank Mario Caggiano, Chief Gould, the Bristol Police Department, the Connecticut State Police, and everyone else who has had a role in planning these services. Our sole goal was to try our best to honor the memories and the sacrifices of our son and of Lieutenant DeMonte. As most of you know by now, Alex was born and raised in Bristol. He graduated from Bristol Eastern in 2006 and played football there, appropriately so. As many of you also may know, Selma and I came to this country from Lebanon. We came here for many of the same reasons that other immigrants did. We wanted an opportunity to create a better life for us and our family. We don't like the United States of America. We love the United States of America. Alex also loved the USA, and I believe he developed his love of our country because of how Selma and I feel. Because of his love for the U.S. and his desire to serve it, he originally wanted to join the Coast Guard. Although he attempted to enlist, he developed an allergy which disqualified him. When joining the Coast Guard didn't work out, he set his mind on serving his country and community as a police officer. But he didn't just want to be a police officer. He wanted to be a Bristol police officer. While preparing for his application and for an opening, he worked at a few jobs. He was a steel worker. He worked construction, and he also worked in our family restaurant, Crystal Diner. His main job at the diner was to make toast on weekends. He'd work right next to the chef, and as he was prone to do when he got older, he took his job seriously and tried to do the best he could. Our customers took notice, and one day, a few of them came into the diner with a trophy which named Alex the Toast Master. Needless to say, we proudly displayed that trophy for everyone to see. Speaking of our chef, his wife became pregnant with their first child. When Alex found out, he took the chef to a store and bought them all the diapers they needed for their initial supply. For everyone who has had children knows there are a lot of diapers in an initial supply. The chef offered to pay Alex back, but of course, Alex refused. He refused because he was a generous, kind, caring, and thoughtful person. There was another recent example of Alex's generosity. As I mentioned earlier, Selma and I are from Lebanon. The town I'm from is called Khayt al-Shuf. As many of you may know, Lebanon has been struggling lately. One of the major issues they face is the lack of reliable electricity. Because the electricity is sporadic, the common areas in town where people get together stay dark when the sun goes down. Alex had an idea to buy solar lights for these areas so they could be lit up and people from the town could once again gather there. That's who Alex was. He always thought of others before he thought of himself, especially when it came to kids. After he was hired by the Bristol Police Department, one of the first things he did was to become involved in the youth cadet program.
also commonly known as the Explorers. Alex always had a soft spot for kids. When participating in the youth cadet program, he would often speak with the kids about what makes our country so great. He would educate them about the freedoms we enjoy, which so many people around the world can only dream of. He would also instill the fact that these freedoms come with responsibilities. The responsibility of being a good citizen, of giving back to your community, of being considerate to other people. He was an effective role model to these kids because he practiced what he preached, and they responded to that. Alex was certainly a fun person to be around. As you've heard, he had an infectious smile and personality, which drew other people to him. But what people may not know about Alex is that he was also a very deep thinker about the issues which face our country and the reasons our country is as great as it is. That's what I called him, the All-American boy, because that's who he was, an All-American boy. God blessed us with Alex in the 34 years we had with him, and we're eternally grateful for that. Obviously, we wish we had him for a lot longer, but sometimes when things like this happen, we can only believe that it is God's will. And who are we to challenge God's will? In conclusion, our names are Ahmed and Selma. But if we're known for the rest of our lives as Alex Hamzy's parents, it would be the highest honor which we could ever achieve. We love you, Alex, more than life itself, and we'll meet up with you at some point in time. Thank you, everyone. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.
And now Alex's sister Donna will come and share, accompanied by his other sister, Rania, and his precious wife, Katie.
Enough words for me to describe my love for Alex. So instead of trying to find the right words to say, I'm gonna read you all a quote. I came across this when Alex first became a police officer. And now that Alex has passed, it speaks to me more than ever. When I see his badge, it is not just a number. It signifies honor, and it has my ultimate respect. His badge, that I proudly stand behind, lies upon his chest, close to his heart, because this call on his life as an officer takes heart. So while you may know my officer as a number, know he is far more than that. He is my hero, my protection, the love of my life.
guests and friends, my father, mother, sister-in-law, sister, and I thank you all for being here today. We are here before you saying the words that we have never wanted to say, giving the speech that we have never wanted to give, and feeling the loss that we have never wanted to feel. Many of you knew Alex as an officer, but he was so much more to us than that. Our parents made us siblings, but we chose to be best friends. The three of us laughed until our stomachs hurt, and we shared more memories than we can even begin to remember. Over the last week, our childhood home has been overwhelmed by love, support, and community. And while we are so incredibly grateful for this outpouring of kindness, we still experience a sense of despair, which slowly creeps over our hearts every time the door open swings. Because we know it will never be our brother coming in to greet us again. We keep waiting for him to pull up in the driveway in his new white truck, the door flying open, coming in to kiss our mom on the cheek, and looking for something sweet to eat. As many have already said since his passing, Alex was the kind of person who would literally drop anything to do something for someone that needed him. If we needed him to pick up a piece of furniture, he would be there. If we needed him to dress up as a red Power Ranger for Halloween to go trick-or-treating with his nephews, Alex would be there. That's always been his heart, and his family was his highest priority. He always had our back.
Our family shares something special, an incredible bond, one that runs deep beyond measure. Our parents came to this country, like most immigrants, and worked hard to make it. They struggled so that we would have a chance at a better life, a life full of opportunity. Growing up, they always instilled in us to never be lazy, to always fix your bed, to always protect and love one another. They taught us to never be greedy, but always humble. They taught us to always give to those around you, even if you had nothing to give. As the only son, Alex held a strong sense of responsibility to provide for them what they provided us. Alex never feared anything. He took the oath of protecting those he loved seriously and watched out for our family every day. Even though Alex was the youngest, we always felt like he was our older brother because he took care of everything without hesitation. He always made us feel like everything was going to be okay. We gather here today to mourn Alex's passing, our hero. He answered the call and served his community without question. Alex Hamzy dedicated his life to service, and he died in the cause of this effort. On this difficult day, and in this difficult time, we must ask ourselves what kind of community we are and what direction we want to move in. Considering the evidence, we can be filled with bitterness, hatred, and a desire to take some type of revenge. Or we can make an effort to replace this violence and stain of bloodshed with compassion. We can make an effort to find the light amidst all of this darkness and sadness and move forward using love, Alex's love, as our compass. Winston Churchill once said, "I don't fear history because I intend to write it." Well, Alex, Through your sacrifice, you have helped to write this moment in our history, a moment that we can only hope will define a brighter future. So through our tears, let us know the blessings of knowing and loving you, a great and noble man, the best brother a sister could ever have.
And now Mr. Jeff Scott, Alex's father-in-law.
Thank you. I want to start by thanking every one of you for being here. Thank you so much. You have no idea how much your love has helped us through this. There is no greater act of love that someone can give than to be willing to sacrifice their life for another human being, especially someone who hates and wishes them harm. Yet that is exactly what Alex, Dustin, and 99% of their brothers and sisters in blue do every day. Alex was not out there showing hate, power, or prejudice, just his love for those he chose to protect. I will never allow haters to ever portray him in any other way. We must shine the light on the charlatans who promote hate under the guise of victimhood, and also condemn those who provide the platform for this evil. We are, as a nation, are tired of the vile rhetoric and false narrative the good men and women in blue must endure every day because the actions of a few. Let me repeat that. Because of the actions of a few. I am sorry for my anger, but there is no hatred. When I saw the video of people celebrating the death of these two, I could have put hatred in my heart, but that makes them win. They will never win. As we brought back Alex's body to the funeral home in the SWAT vehicle that Alex loved, escorted by hundreds of men and women on the force, I could see the pain and anguish in their eyes. Even though Alex is my son-in-law, he was also their brother, and the pain they felt was just as deep as mine. As we passed countless people expressing their love, I tried to comfort them the best I could by letting them know how much they are loved and never, ever, ever forget how much they are loved. Now it's time for me to remind all of Alex's brothers and sisters in blue throughout the country that you are loved, and I want you to never forget it. We may not express ourselves as much as those who show hate, but in our hearts we are always with you. Don't for one moment think that we aren't with you 100%. And know we feel blessed by the unspoken sacrifice and love you show us every single day. One day, I sat down with Alex and grilled him with questions about his job that I was unaware of. Alex ended up giving me a lesson on exactly why the police take the actions that they do and enlighten me in doing so. The first thing I realized that the actions 99% of them make have nothing to do with prejudice or racism or power trips or hatred of minorities and immigrants, but a simple desire to protect themselves so they can make it back to their families at the end of the day. My son-in-law was about 15 minutes away from coming home before he died. Every officer knows their first duty is to protect us, but it's also their right to protect themselves. After Alex got done telling him about the danger they faced and what was needed to protect themselves, I asked him why the police didn't ask for an hour or so on national television to explain to the American people what he just taught me. Alex laughed and said that the media would never allow that to happen. Well, I am a stubborn son of a bitch, and we're gonna make it happen. Why not give them the opportunity to have 1 hour on prime time television on all networks at the same time? Those of you who are in the major networks, call me. Call me. We're going to get this done. Knowledge, knowledge, knowledge is a wonderful thing, and we're going to provide it. This knowledge will hopefully spark the question, why is there so much hate in this country? We went from having differences to blatantly hating one another. This has to stop. It has to stop. Blue, there is no need for blue to hate red or red to hate blue, white to hate blacks, or blacks to hate whites. We are one country, and we damn better bring it back. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little upset. We have to stop believing this notion that our hatred of the other side is a good hatred. Think about that, a good hatred. Have we gone insane? Have we lost our minds? If we don't stop, we are going to lose our country. I lost my son-in-law. I don't want to lose my country too. This hatred of each other has got to stop. Please, 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 stop, stop, stop. We have to talk to one another. We have to love one another. It has to stop. Alex was love. When Alex was in your presence, you could feel his love. Alex loved his wife, his sisters, his nephews, his family. Alex also loved his job and loved his life. Hatred should not have taken him away. This is the byproduct of hatred. And may I add, the burden of all this hatred falls on the men and women in blue. Never forget that. This nation can only survive as one. We will either lift each other up as one, or we will perish. Thank you.